The news and views expressed herein are the sole property of Kenosha Today. Certain portions of this program may be unsuitable for children, sensitive adults, small animals, and the general public. Viewer discretion is advised. So what do you think, Uncle Scottie? Are we ready to do this?
That's the best we can come up with. I guess so.
That's
yeah.
right.
Hit it.
Yep. Okay.
Well, I'm not a crook.
Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scottie Barter, along with my co-host, Elmo the Insane Schneider. And we welcome you to the June 20th edition of the Kenosha Today Saturday Morning Breakfast Club. Elmo, I just want to, first of all, congratulate you on the release of your new book, Bolton the Mustache Man. Supreme Court's very proud of you.
Eyebrows, too.
Eyebrows, yeah. You know, I've seen a lot of chintzy mustaches in my day, but that, I don't know where he thinks that you got to lose that thing. Again, we are coming to you live and local this morning from the Barter Manor studio, which we are calling home at least through the summer, unless somebody wants to invite us out. We're going to start putting together a little more schedule. With the price is still $99, we'll come to your place of business or your home, and we'll do this live, and you host it. That way we have other people to blame. We are streaming live across the very warm and muggy cornfields of the Midwest and streaming to everyone.
It's a bit humid out there
all
today.
around the world. You know, actually for a cold, we had kind of a snotty, cool June, but now we're...
It always is by the lake.
I know. But now we're supposed to have, we'll see if Sunrise Sammy calls in later, and it looks like we're going to have huge storms a little later in the day.
Yeah, maybe.
We are brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, Barter's Financial Planning Services and Union Park Tavern, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. Elmo and myself remain committed to the Kenosha area, and we will be continuing to be live and local, bringing you the most up-to-date news, weather, sports, and entertainment. And if you want to watch the replay, you don't have to wait for time. Just go to Kenosha Day Breakfast Club on Facebook.
Yep.
Right?
You can find it on there. Yep. Click on the graphic. That's all you got to do.
Yep. And everybody can now sign up with the thousands of our fans who have joined the Kenosha Today Nation, like us on Facebook. As you can see, our number 262-597-3020. Give us a call if anything's on your mind. And it's not like we don't have enough to talk about these days. It's 81 degrees here in the Kenosha Today Nation this morning. For those in the market, it was about even.
A couple of wild swings.
Yeah. Started at 25-something and ended at 25-something. So, you know, we're averaging 25-something. Now everybody's worrying about what's going to happen in October, and I don't know what's going to happen. What do you think? Is we're going to have a downward turn, or because of the pandemic, or is it we going to just stay even and maybe climb a little bit? Anyway, from the pandemic room, Pulitzer Prize Saturday starts right now. For those that don't know, and probably don't care, today is the longest day.
Most daylight. Every day is the same length. It's just the most daylight of the year, at least here. And if you're south of the equator, it's the least daylight of the year.
I thought that was minus 24 hours. No?
No.
Same 24 hours in the thing. And it's now we can start the pendulum turning and we can start shortening the days. You know, my guest room, not my guest room, it should be my guest room, faces the front, and it's got one of these big windows on it. At 5 o'clock in the morning, it's just like putting these lights on in there. So I should be sleeping like K-Dog.
I like sleeping with the windows open. I like the fresh air. And you got the birds going off at 3:30 in the morning. That's wonderful. So,
you're down by the lake, so you got a little bit. Do you even have an air conditioner?
Yes, I do, but I haven't put it in yet. I haven't had to.
Here's some good news for a change. The Kenosha County COVID-19 cases continue a downward trend. Now,
Yep.
we're going to talk about something. If we are continuing this downward trend,
Just kind of like this show, a downward trend, isn't it?
we've always said we start low and taper down from there. We don't want to peak too early. But of course, Jen Frostfight, I dare say we are stabilizing. We only had they're only averaging 13 or so cases, new cases, every week. And we've had 37 deaths. 26 of those were over 65. But yet, our entire town basically is closed. No more events, no more, except when you want to protest something, I guess you can go do that. I haven't yet. If anybody knows how the big Juneteenth rally, march, I guess, went yesterday, they were going to go from Pick and Save to down to Lincoln Park. I kind of admire two 16-year-old gals to put that together.
Yep.
I hope they didn't get a violation ticket for without a permit. But who knows what happens? I hope they.
Well, trying to make it a national holiday, which I think is fine. That's
Yeah. Well, as long as you brought that up, it poses an interesting, like the mayor of Chicago. They have so many paid holidays now. Who's Roman Polanski? He was one of the founders of Chicago Pair, right?
Roman
Not
Polanski
Roman.
was the pervert
Okay.
film director that's living in
There was a guy named Pulaski.
France because he
Yeah.
molested a 14-year-old
Okay,
girl.
I misspoke. But there's a Pulaski days that they get off. Well,
That's Pulaski, Pulaski, not Polanski.
What I said. What he said. But they only have so many paid holidays. If they throw another one, it's going to cost them millions of dollars to pay everybody. So I guess the word is we got to give up one if we're going to do that.
Well,
think
and
it's a good
I
idea,
never
but-
really got, when they name something a federal holiday, basically all they do is give all the federal workers the day off. And what do? They go out and get drunk or have a barbecue.
Shocking.
That's about it. They don't.
I thought if, like for Columbus Day, they get paid for that, right?
Well, Columbus Day is not a federal holiday.
Oh, well, they close everything down, right? There's no
No,
mail.
they don't.
Really?
I mean, that one I'm not sure about. That may be a local thing.
But, okay, Martin Luther King is a paid
Correct.
national holiday, right? Now, who decides that? Is that done by Congress or is that done by...
That's got to
by
be
the-
Congress. Yeah.
Congress.
No. As somebody say, it's amazing on Veterans Day, and they honor the veterans by not getting any of their mail delivered to them.
That's the rationale. But,
Well, and I think it kind of cheapens the holiday too. Go to work, do your job.
Yeah.
Observe it. Maybe they have some observances and stuff like that, but I can't see shutting the whole. It's just another excuse for government people not to work. That's all it is.
I think it...
If they even do any work anyway when they're on a normal day.
I was told some years back, that the Kenosha Police Union, they don't get Martin Luther King Day off. However, the fire department does. Their union negotiated something.
Yeah, it's a union contract.
Union deal. So,
Yep.
so anyway, our Kenosha City Council put together, and still hasn't been finalized yet. Oh yeah, let's get this done by July 1st. But it's no big thing. It's just saying they're suggesting that bars and restaurants limit the tables.
Why
to
do they have to do it at all? Just leave it up to the owners.
Exactly, but this is...
They got to throw their weight around. It's a bunch of little Napoleons. That's all it is. So,
I mean, if it's not a law, why waste your time?
Right.
It gives the Alderman Snowflake...
I had some business to transact at City Hall, and, pretty much every other place is open in there, and I thought you could ring a buzzer by the door and get your business taken care of. That, I had to put the stuff in the drop box. That place is locked down tighter than Alcatraz. It's unbelievable. What are these people, same people are working down there, are probably out getting smashed at the bars where they're full of people anyway. So they're doing the same thing. Why does that place have to be locked down like a prison? Well, maybe a prison is a good place for most of those people. That's what I think. So, on second thought
Well,
here.
at any rate, this was the way we see this is a waste of time if you're not going to make it mandatory and you're going to make it just a recommendation. Why do this at all? I mean...
Well, they have to show that they're doing something.
Well,
Even though that has no meaning whatsoever.
Well, that's like Anthony Kennedy said. We should be doing more. Well, look how...
No,
the
you should
federal
be doing
government-
less.
Exactly.
Please do less. Stay away. Go away.
Look what the federal government did. Look what the state government did, and it just becomes political.
Stay away.
That's
I'm from the government and I'm here to help. The most feared words in the English language.
Now, this got a big play in the Kenosha news. And also that particular night, they voted to appoint John Morrissey as the new head of, what is he called?
He's the city administrator.
Yeah. All right, but this is the Kenosha news. This is all of that got. Just this little bit here on page way in the back.
Well, they probably figured it's a done deal. Why even bother reporting on it? So.
Well, that's an important job that this guy,
very important.
Morrissey, is going to handle this now, and he's the top wage earner. I think if you look it up online, probably makes $147,000. Mayor makes 80-some thousand, and so I guess. But I thought that was going to get more debate, but it didn't. He's a great guy, and he's got 28 years in law enforcement. He's now going to oversee all the different departments. And our suggestion is open up City Hall. Unlock the doors. And I don't know if it was you or Jay was telling us that last Saturday, the downtown was bustling. All with Illinois people, too. So thanks for coming up because Illinois is not open.
I think that was last Friday night. I had occasion to, I was going out to get something to eat and I went through downtown since I live right by that. And boy, it was packed. So streets were packed, which is good.
Yeah. I mean, we got a lot of ground to make up in local businesses. And that's, I guess, in all of these downtown strategic plans and all this crap that they spend millions of dollars.
Right.
Here's the plan. Just close Illinois down.
Keep
bring them up here.
Keep that place closed down.
I didn't realize that this was in the budgets and the funding. Downtown, the Lakeshore bid pays $30,000 just to maintain those 60 flower baskets. And those are put in by our good friend Ron out at
Ron Burchell?
Burchell, yeah.
Yep.
And so he's affected by this. And he did. Those were gorgeous flowers because the same
they're
flowers
very nice.
that the same flowers that he had would be put out on the deck of the boathouse. And they were gorgeous.
He does a nice job.
We'll send you the check for the free advertising next week. We didn't hear about the protest. Another good thing, this is, again, something I don't quite understand. Little League season here in Kenosha started again. A list of 24 rules and regulations. I'm not
No
going to read them all.
spitting.
Wearing masks, got to have sanitizer, is entirely up to each individual manager, coach, fan, or umpire. You got to have.
They got to wear masks while they're playing?
I guess they're leaving it up to, how in the heck can you wear a mask playing baseball in the summertime? You got to have hand sanitizer in each dugout.
You got a boogie around the bases. You're breathing hard. How can you do that with a mask on? It makes no sense.
Designated entrance and exit to the park. Players assigned a slot in the dugout to keep their personal equipment. Those dugouts aren't that big over in Little League Park. The manager and coach responsible for spraying surfaces in the dugout. Minimum of 3 players allowed in the dugout. Remaining.
They're already saying kids don't get this thing anyway. So what's the deal?
Only 2 people allowed in the restroom at a time. Signs. The 24 of these things. No spitting. No tobacco. I mean, a 12-year-old kid taking away his tobacco privilege. See, that's pretty harsh. And well, it's good to see the kids are back playing, and the umpires got to stand 6 feet behind the pitcher. And if umpires in Little League didn't have enough problems, boy, they certainly got them now. Oh, I remember umpires. That's when they had 2 of them. One was obviously behind the catcher, and the the stands that used to be right behind the umpire, in the backstop. They moved those away so the parents couldn't
yell at them. Yep.
Oh, that goes back to the days I played. Oh yeah, every so often, every season, someplace across the country, you'll see a father or a mother just get all over some little 14-year-old kid.
Didn't they pass a law about that now, so they can't?
Well, if they do, they get fined. Throw the kid
Yeah, I think
out of the
the
league.
state passed a law about harassing people that are parents harassing people or umpiring games.
That was, I think it was last fall, former Packer coach Mike McCarthy was at, I think, his nephew's football game in Wisconsin, and went after a referee, and all the media was there. I mean, come on, you're a pro. Now where's he coaching now? He's
Dallas.
Dallas, oh yeah. we're going to get into what Dr. Fauci says. We got some issues to heal. But America's pastime.
Can I say what his first name is? No, you won't let me do that.
No. We haven't been getting calls and letters. We
My
don't
pet
need them
name
now.
firm?
Yeah. But America's pastime is indeed becoming just that. The owners have made a number of offers.
It's dead right now. And now that people, was it the Phillies are tested positive and stuff, so this is just dead for the year.
Well, the owners.
There will be no baseball.
The owners have concluded, most of them now, saying it would cost them, they would lose a whole lot more than by opening up. And so Major League Baseball, remember maybe it was a month ago, declared all the minor leagues free agents. Well, there was an article K-Dog gave me that the Royals went out and signed as free agents a whole bunch of everybody for no more. I think they got 10 guys for a total of 100,000.
Yep.
Guys that were on great players too. So.
Well, I think, what is it? They get $400 a week.
Yeah.
They get. So.
They were getting now. Apparently, Major League Baseball is going to give them $1 million to distribute to all of. But, geez, if they're not under contract, why they want to pay them?
Nope. Minimum contract's $400 a week, I think. So.
So it's going to be interesting when they do start up next year. In fact, I think I heard this morning that Major League Baseball closed all the minor league parks in Arizona where they were going to play. So there's not going to be any baseball this year. And I just can't believe, I think the players really screwed themselves, not only for this year, but for next year. Because remember in '95 when we had the players strike? It took them years to get all those fans
Well,
back.
maybe we'll have like what they call in the stock market a correction, and these guys getting the exorbitant salaries may have to rethink their position in life a little bit.
Well, the day of free agency brought in all of these. What did Yelich sign for? Like $20 million a year.
Yep.
And under this proposal, I'm sorry, you only have to take a prorated $10 million. You can't live on $10 million. I don't think a whole lot of people in this day and age are feeling too sorry for you.
Well, really, if you look at the percentage of players that are getting that kind of money, it's not that big.
No.
So,
but I think the minimum salary is still close to $400,000 or $500,000. And you take a guy like Gavin Lux, well, he's on a major league contract, and he's getting way more than the minimum salary.
Yep.
Plus a 2.2
Well,
million.
the people that really get hurt on there are the poor schmoes that are selling beer or doing stuff like, working concessions or ushering and stuff like that, and, working the ticket booths and things. Those are the people that really get hurt by this. The ones that don't make a whole lot of money.
Give us a call, 262-597-3020. And pro basketball has a plan that I think it's the end of July. They're supposed to go down for 3 months in Orlando, in someplace in Disney World area, and just going to keep playing games. But they got to be away from their home families for 3 months. And now
They said the families can go down with them.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
Oh, well, that must.
They can go.
I didn't hear that.
Well,
Well, a lot of players are rethinking this. Playing in front of any sport, well, even if it's literally in front of no fans.
No fans.
What's the point? And they're not going to make that much money.
it's like going to practice every day. That's
about what it be. And sure, they'll televise it. You also be able to hear all the trash talking that goes on. So maybe that's not such a bad deal. And then Dr. Fauci, we got to have a talk with that guy. Says he's saying that football is going to have to be in a bubble format. What does that mean?
Well, it's the same thing as what they're doing with basketball. They have to be in like a.
Well, I don't know.
Do the same. I don't see how you can do that with football. Well, even with basketball, you got spit and sweat flying all over the place, and blood, and
he said
all kinds of stuff. So I really don't see how they're going to do
his
this.
quote. It would be very hard to see how football is able to be played this year. It's not up to him. It's not up to him to decide this. And I do like Trump's this particular quote. Fauci has nothing to do with football. And then he had to go on and say, well, if they don't stand for the national anthem.
I don't think he's got nothing to do with anything. But
Fauci?
Yep.
Well, he's just on this task
the old
force.
triple F.
What was that? No, not dare to ask. No. So I don't know what he's not an elected. He's not even a cabinet member. He's just on this.
He works for the CDC.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, what is it?
You know, we've had this discussion, and it's starting to irk me a lot more when I see this. And if I go back to Kenosha County's health director, how have these people got so powerful to say they have to recommend?
They're not that powerful. It's that the people are stupid and think that they are gods.
Who was it you telling me that there's a movement someplace in some state to make these health directors give them the power?
Oh, in Wisconsin it is. Watch out. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but that thing that Laura Belsky is proposing, calling racism
a pandemic, disease,
a health
issue.
risk. But they've been trying to give these
health
directors all kinds of power. Take your kids away, do stuff, remove the furniture from your house and burn it because it's contaminated, and they got nobody to check it. So if that's what's in this one.
Now, she's proposing this to our county board, right?
Right, but I don't know what exactly is in that. There are other ones. Walworth County had it. It got shot down. Dodge County and Jefferson County have all got these draconian proposals that would give basically unlimited power to the county health Nazi. So
She wouldn't use that.
why not? That's what they are.
No, well, we're not going to use that. So anyway, I just hope that doesn't happen. And, it's still up to the county board, the city council, the governing bodies that we elect to make those decisions. But they've weighed on this gal's opinions. And I just don't think one person like her or Fauci. Do we have a comparable in the state of Wisconsin?
Yeah, that's at, what's her name? Andrea Palm.
Oh, I haven't followed her anyway.
That's the one the whole court case was about, the Supreme Court case, was to...
Oh, now it's coming back.
Yep, because she's the one that the governor could only have a 60-day state of emergency there, and she tried to extend it, or from some convoluted, twisted thinking about the law. They were trying to.
It was supposed to go.
Say that
they wanted to go to May 26th, right? And then the Supreme Court.
She could do it indefinitely if she wanted to. What they were thinking. So.
Yeah, well.
Which is what they do. Remember when this whole thing started? It's only for 2 weeks until we make sure we got enough hospital capacity. Well, then it gets extended and extended and extended and extended and extended, and then you see what you got. Look at Chicago, God, they're.
I went along with it from when they closed it from March to April. Okay.
Yeah, the original thing was 2 weeks because we don't want to overwhelm the hospitals.
Well, that didn't happen. So then I kind of tolerated going into April, and then when it was going to go beyond that, from the end of April to the end of May, then it was starting to piss everybody off and cost everybody a tremendous amount of money until finally the Supreme Court stepped in and opened it back up. But this gal, Kenosha, she thought she had the power to shut it right down again.
Yep.
And the Corporation Council says, don't you listen to the Supreme Court? They kind of, what's what they call them, the Supreme Court?
Well, she would need, and that's what the problem with these ordinances are. That would, if the county board were to vote on that and the county executive signs it, that would give her the power to do that.
Yeah, right.
That's what we got to watch out for.
So, as we've said before, I wear a mask only if I'm going to a grocery store, which is maybe once a week. Or
I have never worn one yet.
I went to Menards.
I got to go to the dentist on Tuesday, so I got to wear that for the 30 seconds I'm walking through the waiting room. So
it's a personal choice, and I think we're going to get into one of these stories. I think we've become a country divided over masks or unmasked.
There's still people driving around by themselves in a car with them on, riding a motorcycle with them on. What? Do these people have no understanding of biology at all? So what the heck is our problem?
Maybe they don't. A lot of people in this country believe what their
or they prefer to have their lives ruled by fear. That's really what it is.
That's up to them, and they get one vote, and if that's the way they choose. But I don't think, and here we're going to talk about the Unified School District for 21,000 kids. They're going to start putting together, and they're going to recommend, and in some cases require, that students go back and wear masks. And there's some places, some businesses that require their employees to wear masks. But if you don't want to go there, I think.
Hey, if you're a bank robber, I suppose that's no problem. So that's.
It's got a couple different varieties.
Yep.
but I think Menards still requires you to wear masks. And you know what?
It's a private business. They can do whatever they want.
I went in there yesterday. I had to go get a new sprinkler, and the place was packed. I thought it was Christmas. Just about every spot in that parking lot. And this was at like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
So we'll see how
It
that
shows you the true folly of all these rules. You know, you go social distance. You know, these places are jam packed with people, and other places, nope, sorry, you can't go in. So,
Well,
arbitrary and capricious rules is all they are. So.
well, they can figure it out. But I mean, at some point in time, we're gonna. They're saying, going back to Fauci, he's saying we're gonna wear masks all the way till the end of the year. Well, one thing.
Triple F.
One thing. No. One thing we've learned is the American public does not like to be told what to do generally.
Right.
And
The other thing we've learned is he's been wrong about everything he's said since this whole mess started. So,
yeah, well,
you know why you get a job at the CDC? Because you're a doctor and you're crappy, and you can't make any money in a regular practice. That's why you do it.
well, that's the same thing with a lot of people working for municipalities.
That's right.
They're there. Whether I don't care what job it is, whether you're an attorney or what, you can't make it in the outside world.
That's
so you work
right.
for a municipality. And this is going to be the mayor in Tampa is making masks mandatory since 5 o'clock yesterday, and they're going to enforce this with a civil citation.
Oh, we have a call.
Oh, maybe that's a. All right, swipe to unlock. You tell me when.
Hello.
They're on.
Is this Sunrise?
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm glad that you're up and awake this morning.
Yes, sir. I'm already sitting out by the pool.
Oh, so last week you couldn't get up to talk to me, but today you're just using this as an excuse to go sit by the pool, right?
That's a nice day for it.
Yeah. Well, it is a good day. I was over there yesterday, and I didn't go in the pool because I can't swim very good. But is your brother?
Not since that incident, that photo taken at Jeans, have you gone to the pool? So.
That's another. We don't want to. Don't ask me about that. That was I was not in the best of shape, and I was sitting by a pool, and I had I had my shirt off, and from golfing, you can see the tan lines from a tank top. I looked so bad. I could have, if I would have had a banana on one hand and a pineapple, I could have been on the front of not Field and Stream, but National Geographic. That's how bad I looked.
Yep.
Oh, it was terrible. But as you know, I'm in much better shape now. You know, we talked briefly yesterday about the plans. They're planning to go back to school in the fall, and they're talking about maybe making masks mandatory. You're not in favor of that, are you?
I'm not in favor of going back to school.
Well, Sammy from Beyond the Arc.
Yep.
Well, that you got 1 year left, and you know, do your
Tough it out.
Tough it out, yeah.
Yeah.
Tough it out. So, you have a pardon?
No, never mind.
No, go ahead. What'd you say?
Like, I don't want to miss out on my senior year, but I'd rather not go 2 days a week is what they were talking about, wearing a mask. And I feel like it's just not really that worth it to go.
Oh, are you?
for that short.
Is that what one of the proposals? You would just go 2 days a week, wear a mask, and the rest would be from home?
Yeah.
You know what? Part of going to high school, and especially in your senior year, is the social aspect.
That's
of it.
right.
I mean, why do you think I was only a D plus or C minus student? Wasn't because I was stupid. That didn't come out till later. But I was till everybody was in the socializing. I mean, there's not much different in '67 than there is now. So, well, I hope these people, the school board, and they don't go nuts and allow you to be kids. And you know, according to all of the statistics, young kids don't get this disease anyway.
Yeah.
Now, I could see them coming up with a no kissing rule. I would endorse that, wouldn't you?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. How about your buddy
Smart girl.
Aladdin?
Never heard of them.
No. Oh, spat. All right, you have a weather forecast for us?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
So today, it was sunny a second ago, but apparently thunderstorms are gonna start rolling in here in a couple hours. And it's supposed to rain until Wednesday.
Oh,
And
really?
then we have one nice day of sun on Thursday, and Friday it's supposed to rain again.
Well, we could use the rain because
Yep.
In your backyard,
You got that
putting
new
all that
sprinkler.
new grass seed in there, that'll help
Yeah.
that a little bit. And of course, if you're stuck inside, then you'll be relegated to doing chores in the house, like dusting and cleaning and things of that nature, right?
Oh, yes, my favorite thing to do.
Well, if you're so good at it, why don't you come on over here to Barter Manor and help your grandfather out? Because, yeah. Anyway, we appreciate that, Sammy, and appreciate you taking the time and getting up this morning. And or is this just a tape that you made last night? And I'm just talking to a tape recorder, right?
Of course.
Sunrise Sammy Live. There you go. All right, dear. Thanks. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. By the way, that was sponsored by Capo Web Design. Do we have put that up there for a little bit? I misplaced the paper, but somewhere it was Capo Web Design, designing the world with creativity. And you can find them on www.capowebdesign.com. And we appreciate their support for the program. That Sammy's, she doesn't. I hope they don't do that to kids. Twice and wearing a mask. That's over. You know what they could do? Why don't they just go have a protest? No, kids are getting pretty good at it. When they say enough's enough, we've got rights. We want to go to school. That'd be a first, wouldn't it? Anyway, we might have an abbreviated short. We'll see how this works out. Federal $600 of unemployment benefits is going to end the end of July.
Thank God.
And there's a lot of
Maybe people have to get jobs again.
Yeah, there's a big problem with that, especially in the restaurant industry and some other places. People are making more money because that 600 isn't.
Well, except in Wisconsin, where they can't pay unemployment claims because the government doesn't know what the heck they're doing there. We have another call.
All right. Tell me when.
You're on.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Hello.
Oh, Shirley.
Shirley.
God.
Well, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Shirley.
Good morning, Scott and Elmo.
How are you today?
I'm okay.
You been out protesting?
No, not yet. No.
What would you protest? Making pot legal in the state of Wisconsin?
Yeah, right, yeah. Something like that. Oh, before I forget, both of you, happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
That's right. That's tomorrow.
Same to Gary.
Tomorrow,
Yep.
Yeah. Now I know why my daughter invited me over yesterday for a picnic. Oh, she gave me a card too. I went over to see all the grandkids were there, and my oldest daughter has a pool in her backyard, and a very nice deck that Mike put around there. These guys always working. Both of them work from home now, and it's about the way it's going to be from now on. I think she said Trustmark down in, where is that, Lake Forest, has about 750 employees generally, and they're only going to have probably 20 of them come back. So you got another building back there, and my other daughter.
You mean come back to the building?
Come back to the building, yeah.
They're going to be working
They're still
from
working
home.
from home.
Yep.
And my other daughter works for AbbVie, and she's working from home and probably going to be there at least till the end of the year. At least they have jobs, so
Yep.
Right, yeah.
it's.
What do you think? They're going to need wear masks? If they go back to school, the children are going to have to wear masks?
Well, if you heard the conversation with Sunrise Sammy, she's my granddaughter, and she's going to be a senior, and that's one of the proposals. They would actually only go to school. I guess it would be on a rotating basis, 2 days a week with a mask, and the rest of the school would be done online. I'm against that. I had to organize a protest and say, forget it. When the state of Wisconsin has a teenager died of COVID-19?
Never.
I don't know we have. So what are we doing with this? We're just showing kids how stupid adults can be. I get
Right.
I get all of the the safety precautions, and okay, I can get some of that. But suppose this was back when you were a senior in high school, and you had to wear a mask to the balcony of the Roosevelt Theater. How would that have worked out?
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that. No. No, I would have protested for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I would have. I don't know. That's I don't know. It's just not
well,
right.
especially when it comes to kids, like I said, your senior year is very special. You only get this once. Of course, in my case, I had 3 years at it. But the social aspect of going to school and being with your friends.
Yeah, that's what I like. It
Yep.
was so for the social part, and that was really wonderful. And you can't bring that back.
Unless, and well, I know they can't. Somebody's better show some test where somebody tested positive and actually was sick at this age level, 18 and under. Otherwise, there's no reason to do this.
Yep.
And
No, I agree with you 100%.
we are going to protest.
Maybe the teachers should wear masks, if they're older and stuff like that.
If the little children would have to wear masks too, right? The little ones.
Everybody, yeah, and they're even less
Yeah.
risk. Yep.
I don't think they would even probably leave them on.
This
the little ones
Nope.
wouldn't even
It'll
leave
start
them
bothering
on.
the kids. They're going to pull them right off.
Yeah, this is going over the top in our view, and maybe we will have to organize our own protest. Hey, you know what we could do?
Yeah.
We'll go down to Civic Park, and we'll have a mask burning.
Yeah.
We'll have a big mask burning. Well, I mean, remember back in the 60s,
They were
everybody
burning the bras.
Yeah, they were burning their bras, and they were burning their
burning the
draft,
bras, yeah,
burning their
remember that,
burning their draft cards. So let's burn the mask.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The more I think of that, Elmo, we got to find a place that might just, we might just do that. If the school board doesn't see our way of thinking, then we will have a burn the mask. Of course, I think in this article, the Unified's getting something like 40,000 masks, 42,000 masks, and each kid's going to get 2. So that's stupid. And it's paid for by the state of Wisconsin, too.
I know.
No, paid for
The
by
little
us.
kids
Well, yeah.
You're just like, you don't hear any little kids getting that.
No.
So I don't know why they couldn't.
Well, you'll hear more from us as the time goes on, because we are against this.
I know. Today is the Triple Crown horse racing at Belmont.
Yep.
With nobody. Oh, that's going to be something. Nobody's there, to watch it.
This is the final one. They had a Kentucky Derby. Or no, they're having a Kentucky Derby in September, right?
Yep. We have Gunga calling
This
into
is the
it.
Triple Crown. It's
Shirley.
on today, Belmont.
I got to run. Gunga wants to talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
listen
happy
to him.
Father's Day.
All right, thank you, dear.
At least I think it's
Bye-bye.
him.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to Gunda. I'm
All right.
going to say hi to Gunda.
Okay, all right.
Okay, thank
Goodbye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, bye.
Hey, Gunga, that you?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Now we are.
Hey, Gunga, that you? Did we lose him?
Yep.
Oh, shoot.
No, he's on.
Gunga, you there? How come I'm not hearing him?
I don't know.
Hello?
Well, let's drop him. Maybe he'll call back.
Call me back, Gunga. I don't know why that would have happened.
Oh, we just lost a connection. That's why. Okay.
Oh, just his connection.
No, your call in.
Oh,
You got to call back in to do
all right.
it. So.
Let's do this. Let's take a quick 1-minute break. We'll get connected, and then we'll have Gunga call us back.
Oop.
We are back and very
Oh,
good.
Gunga's on the phone.
Oh, he's okay. Sorry, you there?
You cynical simpleton!
Hey, all this technology, and I got the best technician on the planet here, and I screwed that up. Apparently, I must have hit the wrong button,
Or just dropped.
or just dropped when it was a.
You wouldn't know a button if it was big in the air.
I was in transition between Shirley and you.
Well, Shirley is the biggest star in all of Kenosha land.
And
Yes,
just
she
think,
is.
it took her 3 months to find us.
I didn't say she was the smartest.
So, are you in a protest this morning someplace down there in Illinois?
Yes, I've got both my hands in my rear end, and I'm jumping around.
All right. All right, kill a banner. All right, otherwise I got to go over here. At any rate, so what's new in your world?
I'm at work. The donuts are being manufactured one after another. My slave labor is at peak performance.
Your slave labor?
Yes, my donut Mexican.
Oh, okay. What do we...
Oh, too political for you?
No, I was watching the screen here and I kind of lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
Elmo?
Yes.
Talk to you for the next 2 seconds.
Okay.
Obviously, Mr. Sleepy is too busy. I don't know what is he doing with himself there. I'm not watching.
Both the hands are above the table, so
He might be worn out from last night. I got here and there was a black garbage bag sitting in his driveway. I think that's his date from last night.
no, that's my garbage that I got to take out on Monday, and I can't tell you what's in it.
Is there a giant Vaseline bottle in there?
You know, I got red tagged one time.
Maybe some Kentucky jelly.
Yep.
Box of condoms.
I
A couple of dirty books.
I made the mistake of putting a pizza box in with my papers and cardboard, and it
It's
happened.
against the rules.
Right.
The garbage police will come after you.
They wouldn't take it, and they yellow tagged me, saying that should have been in the regular garbage. But you know,
Oh, the garbage police? Yeah. Wow, the Kenosha is a big deal up there, huh?
That's right.
hey, we don't fool around up here. When you get yellow tagged, man, that's kind of the end of the world there. So
Do you have a red tag?
What kind of fines does that have?
they didn't have a fine; they just wouldn't take my
It's a
garbage.
warning. It's a warning.
It's a warning. Yeah.
Oh, so they just throw it out of the street like an elephant dump.
Yep.
Hey, but we're supposed to be getting new garbage
We're getting
cans.
bins.
Bins, yeah. I think everybody gets 2 of them, right? They're 50 or 60.
Wow, that's something to really brag about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cost us $5 million to
That's right.
implement this plan. And because, get this, right now we recycle. You have to put your cans in one blue bag and your papers in another. But the garbage places weren't taking them.
Apparently, it's an antiquated
Yeah.
means of.
So,
Right now, I'm observing a nice-looking Chinese woman. I think she has butt implants. Kind of 40 that sticks out like Kim.
Well, that's-
is she wearing spandex?
She is.
Are you wearing spandex?
I'm going commando.
God, I can't do this. Can't bear the thought of that thing. But
Gunga, you've been changing the nameplates on public restrooms lately?
I haven't been to Woodlands, no. That's since the COVID.
Yeah. Gurney Mills is shut down. That's right.
It's really cramped my love style.
hey, what's the word on Gurney Mills? Are they going to open that mall, or what's the plan?
I have no idea. First of all, it's got to mow that a foot and a half of grass. It's against Gurney code, but it seems that Mayor Kevorkian is overlooking them. They'll give you a $25 fine if your grass is over 6 inches, but Gurney Mills
No, yeah.
well over
Hey.
over a foot and a half.
You have a couple very good employ announcers down there. Let Lenny Palmer go out and cut the grass.
That's right. That'd be a good job for him.
That useless bag of a
No. It's an.
You know, he'd be better off at what do I want to say, mowing than broadcasting.
Can you see him and Lou Regani and Pete out there with the weed whacker?
Yep.
Cutting that stuff? Boy, that's.
I can see them whacking something.
Oh, I got to start taking one for the team if you're still in AM radios. But that's why one of the reasons why we left, because we heard we'd be assigned to service work like that.
That's right.
So, can I say?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were listening for a change.
I'm hanging on your every word. Let's make this snappy. What is it?
Have a wonderful Father's Day, gentlemen.
Okay.
You too.
Thank you, sweetheart. Bye.
Try the day.
Bye. All right. See, we able to get him back. I didn't hang it up either. So.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem. I've had a couple of problems today. So
46 minutes after the hour here in the Kenosha Today Nation. And we'll do our top 10 list a little bit later, right before the end of all of this. You got a word from Union Park to share with us? They got something.
yeah,
going
they're
on.
open 11 a.m. to closing now, so they're gradually getting open and
Closing being 2?
2:30, whatever varies on the. I think it's 2 during the week, 2:30 on the weekends. So
Okay. They have specials.
still have they're open for lunch again, so they've got their pasties and sandwiches and pizza and soups and everything else.
Everything's coming back. It just wasn't going to
Yep.
be like the switch. That's about the only thing I ever agreed with.
They do practice social distancing there, and the employees are all wearing masks. So that's
There you go.
that's what's going. And they're doing a big thing. They're having live music back in the out in the beer garden.
Yeah, don't forget Sundays is Cy Costabile. He's his little piano jazz out there. And here's an article that was actually in the paper this morning. And I got to ask you about this. There's
Oh God!
no what?
Another call.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning, Captain.
Oh, Captain.
Yes. Morning, Elmo.
Morning.
What is that in the background? Has you got your radio on or something?
Well, I was just turning your thing down because the sound on the phone isn't the same as on the TV screen.
Oh,
Yep.
it's a little bit.
Yeah, there's a delay.
Turn you off. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, boy,
Go ahead.
congratulations, you made the big time. Shirley's calling you.
That's right.
That's something.
We're official now.
It took her 3 months to find us, and somebody said after the first time, you know what's going to happen? She's going to call you every week. Oh, that's all right.
That's fine.
She's a sweet lady, and you know you're a sweet man.
Yeah. Well, heck, we all get together in a big box of kids. Yeah.
Hey, do you wear a mask when you go out to a store or something?
Not on my face, no. No, only if it's required. You know, if they require it. But I hate it. I hate them, man. I don't think
Yep.
I can breathe right. You know?
Nope, that's it.
As we were talking that, and we're going to have maybe a mask burning at some time. Maybe we'll have it at some place. We'll get like remember in the '60s you used to burn your draft card. We'll have a mask.
Yeah.
You know, I bet you we would end up with a pretty good crowd.
Make sure you take it off their faces first.
To do what?
Take them off their faces
Oh,
first.
Make sure you take the mask off their faces first.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you pointed that out. That's why you are the professor.
Yeah, well, in trouble, right? Yeah.
So, Captain, you looked into that motorhome anymore?
You know that one in the paper. It's got to be because that's the one that the tour buses use. You know, like Dave Matthews and stuff for 300,000.
Yeah, you can empty your toilet over the Chicago River.
Why? What are you going to do with a thing that big?
Oh, I wouldn't want it. I got a couple of friends that are looking for like houses, you know, and I'm thinking maybe you can just buy one of them and travel around or something.
Yeah, some people do that.
Yeah. Some people they don't have a house. When they retired,
You could
buy one of those things and hit the road and go all over the country.
We'll do that for a couple of years.
You could take people on tours, like if you like to ski, you could take like ski trips, stuff. People charge them some money, and you get, I don't know, just something different way of life. You know,
You can get
a lot of money.
yourself some 30-year-old babe and head for the high seas. You could be like Willie Nelson. You know what he does in his tour bus, don't you?
What does he do?
Smokes a little weed.
Well, you
I
know,
think he does. Yeah.
well, you ever follow? You know, he's got his buses converted to biodiesel, so he's burning the grease out of the French fryers and stuff like that. So, you know, you're following behind him. You know, all you can smell is French fries and dope. Talk about getting the munchies. Oh man.
My buddy Phil, the protester, they were coming up for the Democratic convention in Minnesota a while ago, and it was a grease burner, you know, and it pulled out by an Italian restaurant here, and boy, it made you, it smelled like onions and steak. It made everybody hungry, this thing, when they fired it up.
You know, those things only get about 8 miles a gallon. So you pay $300,000 for one of those things, and you might as well pay another $300,000 just to gas it up to go to wherever. So.
Yep.
Yeah, you'd have to figure out some kind of way if you're actually going to drive it, but if you put it in like a motorhome park or something with it,
A thing
and
like-
then figure out maybe a way you can make some money. You can do your computer work if you're a computer person right on that, and when you get tired of that, you go to some other place, just move around, or take people on trips, charge them money to
So
go someplace.
hypothetically, let's say you get one of these things, and you hypothetically you get a nice 35-year-old young babe to travel with you. So when you go in, and you pull in the motorhome park, you have to put those anchors down so the thing won't keep rocking. You remember what's that old saying? If the thing's rocking, don't come knocking.
If this van's a rocking, don't come a knocking.
Yeah, that's hypothetically. Hey, and then you could put your surrender the booty flag,
That's right.
Yes.
and then you could have her put one up that says, "I've surrendered the booty."
You're pretty good at it. I could have like flags all over, like definite kill at 300 feet or something. Or
Have a little white surrender flag. I've surrendered to the captain.
Sure. Well, little notches like the World War II airplanes had for kills, you know. Put that on there.
All right, big boy, I got to get rolling here.
Okay.
Thanks
Okay,
for calling.
guys, see you later.
All right.
Have a good one. Happy Father's Day, both of you
Yeah.
guys, man.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Captain.
Okay, bye. Bye-bye.
Captain, a true Kenosha treasure. This is what I was going to ask you about. This looks like they have plans for the Dairyland Greyhound Park.
Yep.
That parcel. But here's what my question is. They're working in tandem with Forest County Potawatomi community. Are the Potawatomis going to end up involved with this? Because
I have no idea. I heard no plans for a
my fear is if that happens.
for a casino. I heard nothing about a casino for in there.
Well, it's
but-
not going to be a casino, but it says the Forest County Potawatomi community. All right, if the Potawatomis are going to end up maybe owning this, and they don't pay taxes,
I don't know.
right? Or is that just going to be for something different?
Oh no, I don't know if they own it. They may be lending them money.
Oh.
They got a ton of money from them. Why not have that as an investment? Hold the mortgage on
Sure,
being part of
okay.
it. So that's probably it. So they would have to, make, whatever part, if they're going to do a casino or, they would have to declare that part of an Indian reservation. So that's,
Well, didn't that ship sail when Walker said no a couple of years ago?
he
signed off. And said
yeah, I'm
there's
not
gonna be a
sure what
casino.
that's a big convoluted thing.
Anyway, congratulations to Sheriff Beth for winning the national award for his commitment to DARE program for children. And, again, the Kenosha News, I'm going to take them to task because it says the guy that gives them the award, I can't think of anyone more deserving. Well, I can. Ray Roll has been the DARE officer for at least the last 10 years. And through his efforts of the raising money and getting all the funding for the golf outings and runs the best golf outing on the planet, why the Kenosha News chose not to even include him. This is one I like Dave Best, and he was the first DARE officer probably 20 years ago. And Ray Rowe's the one in the last 10 that has evolved the DARE program, especially with all his fundraising. As we're winding down here, it's 54 minutes before 11.
No, it's not. It's 54 minutes after 10.
After 10, that's right.
You can't even tell time.
How about this? You see Racine County is considering imposing another 0.05 sales tax?
Yeah, well, they didn't have any.
Oh, they didn't have any.
Kenosha County's got one. No, they didn't have any county tax.
Yeah, there's only a few out of the 72 counties, I guess there's only a few that don't have that. So I guess in this day and age, I think that has to go to a referendum. They think they could generate $18 million. I suppose they really need it. And I don't recall.
They had the stadium tax though, which we didn't have, so that's
That-
which
that was-
just got
yeah,
dropped.
right.
So, but that was only a tenth of a.
Winding down here, this was a. I should have put this thing. They found this.
Here, hold that up to the camera. So,
You can see it.
wasn't that your date last night?
Yeah.
Look at the jaws on that thing.
This is a 65-pound turtle that they found lumbering through a Virginia neighborhood, and it was a kind of a different cross between an alligator and a snapping turtle. Somehow, and it was most likely
Who knows?
bred in captivity. But you know, what would you do if you saw a 65-pound? This was one big ugly thing.
Well, some of the tortoises are bigger than that.
And there's a guy in where the hell is this guy from? He's driving his Porsche. Oh, in Woodstock, Ontario. He's got a Porsche. I got the other picture, but at any rate, he's got a hot tub to the back of this thing, to his Porsche.
Hey, got to get it around. Got to get it back to the old homestead somehow. So.
Well, he's a 54-year-old male driver. Had this hot tub become unattached from the homemade trailer that was being towed on, it would cause serious damage and injury to anyone in his path. Not to mention what it would have done to the gal who was in the hot tub taking a bath at the time. We're almost done. I don't want to talk about Trump. You know, the Supreme Court overturned DACA, not necessarily DACA, but the procedure. Why
No, they
didn't
didn't. They didn't overturn anything. They confirmed it.
Okay. But DACA is still in force, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
But DACA was confirmed by an executive order, and what they said, which is rather dangerous, is that a president does not have the right to reverse the previous president's executive order if the Supreme Court says no.
Oh.
He sure as hell does.
Okay, well, we'll see how that's going to work. Why didn't he do that to begin with?
He tried working with Congress to do this, and which is really what they should do, but of course Congress doesn't want to do anything like that.
Well, let's do the top 10.
All right, we'll get the bell out here.
Written in our home office on the patio here at Barter Manor, this week's top 10
Ooh, I
thought.
believe it's raining out.
Really?
Yep,
Well, Sunrise Sammy was right on the money.
yep.
Written on the patio here at Barter Manor, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category. The top 10 signs you are the greatest father here in Kenosha. Number 10, you're the only trolley driver that can make change for a dollar bill. Number 9, orders roadkill from the kids menu. Number 8, at age 70, you are considered very safe sex. Number 7, peacefully protesting by walking down with the ladies on Sheridan Road. Number 6, you leave the toilet seat up when wearing a face mask. Number 5, drastically cut down going to on the border to only 3 times a week. Number 4, no longer in the witness protection program. Number 3, we're approved for a $3 million small business loan to cover your bar tab. Number 2, the 2020 census confirms that you indeed have a pulse. No heart, but definitely a pulse. And the number 1 sign, you are the greatest father here in Kenosha. You are a proven 2-time failed mayoral candidate.
Oh,
From Beyond the Arc. All right, Elmo. We're almost to the out of time. You got anything else you want to add for the good of the cause?
nah.
Hey, one last question I was going to talk about this. Who's running North Korea? Is one
Who
dumb
knows?
chump's there, or is he history? Is he gone? Or-
I think he's history. So,
nobody's seen him, so
yep.
I think his sister.
I think Sis there could be a lot more trouble than he was.
Oh, well, didn't they think he supposedly died of some?
Botched heart surgery was the unofficial word there.
Boy, I'd hate to be that doctor. Probably taking a couple dirt nap. Not.
Well, Sis might have paid the doctor. You never know how things work over there.
Wasn't he
So.
the guy that had his uncle shot so he could get the job?
No, he fed him alive to a bunch of ravenous dogs.
Atta boy. It's creativity. Well, anyway, that is going to wrap it up for the June 20th edition of the Kenosha Today Saturday Morning Breakfast Club. We want to thank all our sponsors, Barter's Financial Planning Services, Union Park Tavern, Kenosha's For Open Honest Government, and Charlie B's Kids for Cancer Treatment Foundation. We've been streaming to you live this morning from the Barter Manor studio here located at the corner in Happy and What Went Wrong. We also invite you to join us on Facebook. Just a reminder that in addition to watching our replays on YouTube, you can still watch us on Spectrum Channel 14, Tuesdays at 5 and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. And also to all our first responders, those in the medical field and those who are truly making a difference during this time of crisis. We sincerely thank you for your efforts, sacrifices, and we all owe you a huge debt of gratitude. And so for Elmo and myself, until we meet again, we thank you for the privilege of your time. Please take care of yourself and each other.
Well, I'm not a crook.